Good morning. We will do first sticker formatter. Once you insert micro SD into SD card reader, open this SD card formatter and select the proper drive and then do formatting. Do it again if the error comes. Once complete formatting is done, exit, go with image drive that has to be Win32 disk manager, and that you load this image whatever we have downloaded from the official website. That is this image, master image, you download and you keep it, and you link that image so that we can upload that operating system onto my SD card. Properly link this. Once you are done with that, you write. Click OK, write. It will start writing at a speed depending upon the speed of the processor. It will take some time. It started with 1%. It will take some time. So it is getting started writing. Once it completes 100%, we can resume back. This is how operating system is loaded onto a SD card. Once you get the complete installation right is done, then you can remove SD card and you can place it on a Raspberry Pi. The next process I'll be telling you. Once you click this OK, once writing is done, you remove the SD card from the SD card slot. Before removing, I want to enable SSH. Actually, through SSH only I'll be connecting to a Raspberry Pi OS. So for that, I'll be going to command prompt, run command prompt. In that echo means I'm going to create one SSH file on the your bootable drive, whatever I created now. That bootable drive name is H actually. That is USB, that is boot H. On H I'll be creating one SSH file. So echo drive name, and I'm going to create SSH empty file because I need to access SSH empty file. Once that is done, you can see that it has been created over here. It has been created SSH file over here. SSH empty file. It should not be text file, it is an empty file, it should be without any format. So SSH file is created. Now you remove the micro SD card from the SD card slot and insert onto a Raspberry Pi board. Then connect Ethernet cable and also power of the Raspberry Pi board. Once that is done, go to a PuTTY software. From where we can connect to a Raspberry Pi board. Open the PuTTY software and type the. Right now I don't know what is the IP address of the Raspberry Pi board. Since I'm connecting through the Ethernet cable, I should know the IP address. That is another process, another complex process. I don't want, because all Raspberry Pi will have the same host name. So Raspberry Pi .local :1, that is a host name commonly present on the Raspberry Pi board. You check out whether it is connected or not. Still it is detecting. Now you can check whether it is connected or not. Check out the cables properly connected or not. Wait for the message to come. It is showing something. One moment, I might connect. SD card is placed or not, you just check out once. Check out whether the Ethernet cable is connected or not. Undefined network. Once that is done, you go to the putty. Open putty. Load it. Yeah. Now you can see, you click on yes. So that means you need to enter username. The default username of Raspberry Pi is Pi, and the password is Raspberry. Yeah, you can see that has been that you are able to connect to a Raspberry Pi, and you are able to connect with the Raspberry Pi terminal. This is a command from terminal of the Raspberry Pi. From here we need to configure few things. Configuration can be done through sudo raspi -config. This is a command to configure Raspberry Pi a few things, that is connection of Wi-Fi in the initial stage, because I need to install few packages. I need to connect. Then you can change the Raspberry Pi username and password. And first I'll configure internet, that is Wi-Fi username password through network options. There I'll go to the entering SSID. First you select the country India. Okay. Then SSID, that is Ethernet Wi-Fi username password. Mine username password is SMP_Airtel. Then password you enter. Password you need to enter whatever password you are given for the Wi-Fi. Then you enable a few things in the internet interfacing options. So go with the first. I'm interested in VNC. You enable VNC. VNC is enabled. Once VNC is enabled, you can enable other things also after this. Even I'll show how to enable all those things in that. So SSH server is enabled. That SSH and VNC you try to enable. Then exit from this. Now you check whether your Wi-Fi is connected or not by going ifconfig. ifconfig, that is ifconfig in Raspberry Pi. ifconfig, that is Pi. Yeah. Now you can see two networks has been enabled: Ethernet as well as wireless LAN. Wireless LAN has been connected to this port, this IP address, and Ethernet has been connected to this IP address. Now just minimize this. I want to install VNC server. For that, I have connected with the Wi-Fi right now through terminal itself. Now you just connect with the that is to VNC server has to be installed. VNC server has to be installed from this, and VNC server, to install VNC server, there is one command. The command what I would like to, it is there in this document. I'll mail you this document, you can go through that. And sudo the command is sudo VNC tight install server. I think let me check out that. One minute, you just let it open. Yeah, you can see these are steps we have done. Echo we have done. We have installed few softwares, putty, VNC Weaver, and connect Ethernet cable between Pi or laptop. Then you need to connect the host name as Raspberry Pi .local. Then few things when you enter into a terminal, open username is Pi, Raspberry Pi is the password. Now initially you configure Raspberry configure. Enter username password in network SSID with the internet, that is username of your Raspberry Pi with the Wi-Fi, username of Wi-Fi and password you give it, configure. Then username and password of Wi-Fi, that is Wi-Fi you configure.
Then also you enable SSH and VNC in the network internet in the configuration only. Enable SSH and VNC. Once you have done that, in the terminal you go with installation of a VNC server. So type this command and install VNC server. VNC server has to get installed. Once VNC server is installed, then you try with the opening of a VNC server. During that time it will ask for meanwhile you also install VNC Viewer on the Windows. You download VNC Viewer for Windows, VNC Viewer for Windows, and keep ready this software, and that also you can download from the official website only. Whatever the IP address, whatever we have given, you can also connect with IP address or host name. Right now I don't know what is the host name, the IP address, so usually I'll connect with the host name only. Host name to connect on VNC Viewer, Raspberry Pi .1, that you need to connect. You enter here. After enabling VNC, you have to enable VNC and SSH, then only you can connect with VNC to the with the Raspberry Pi host. Once installation of this VNC server is done, wait for that. VNC server is done. Then you got to enable that VNC Viewer by invoking this command. Wait for a minute. It is getting installed. It is getting installed almost. It has to come to the command mode. This is Raspberry Pi command mode. Then you can tell it is easily, you can say installation has been completed. Just a minute, 1 minute. 1 minute, 1 minute. Yeah, now it is done. Install type VNC server. Password. You just give your own password to enable during opening of a VNC Viewer. This is not the same password what you have given during that time Raspberry Pi. You can give your own password, whatever you like. And you need to enter 4 times actually. Yeah, it is done. Now once this is done, now you go to VNC Viewer, which is pre-installed already, and give the host name. You give the host name. Host name is one Raspberry Pi .1. Try to enter, and it will connect with the host. It's getting connected with the host. Whether we have done type VNC server. Okay, one more time we'll do it. Yeah, it is running. 1 minute. Yeah, Raspberry Pi. Try to connect. It is getting connected. I think we need to open, close once again and open it again. Then it can. You need it has to get enabled. We'll close it again. Give exit. We connect again because it has to get restarted. VNC server command in this, enabling the VNC server. Once VNC server is enabled, you have to go with the VNC Viewer. Just open VNC Viewer over here. VNC Viewer, once you're done with, type the host name. That will just open the host, and you give the password what you created during creating the VNC server. Okay, this is what we are getting into the VNC, the Raspberry Pi OS, where we have connected already with our Wi-Fi and Bluetooth is enabled. Now only thing is in this buster you'll have some other IDE, Python IDE. Just you can install Python IDE with this inside once you're getting into this. Just give in Google how to install Python 3 IDE on Raspberry Pi. This command window you can open in the Python. This is right now we are in the inside the Python actually. So just give this command sudo python IDLE. If it is already there, just give this command. No, not here. Your command over here. In this command prompt, just type paste and enter. It will take some time to install. Once it got installed, then it is installed means you can check that IP whether come out here or not. So you can see right now Python 3 IDE. Yeah, Python 3 IDE, Python 3.7.3. It's a not newer version. It's a older version only present over here. You can install the newer version as well. That is the only newer version Raspberry Pi supports. Even though 3.9.0 exists, it doesn't support that right now. And you can close the web browser and all. Now if you want to configure anything other than that, go to Raspberry Pi configuration. You can enable right now whatever you require. Now display in which way you want, interface, now interface, camera, SPI, I2C, everything you can enable right now. You can enable whatever is required, you can enable. And also VNC we are connecting through. If you want you can reboot, and you know if you want you can give no. This is how we connect Raspberry Pi with the laptop. Now there is no requirement of monitor because laptop monitor only acts as a display, and there is no requirement of mouse, keyboard and all because laptop monitor, keyboard, mouse only will act as an input devices. Your Wi-Fi we can connect any Wi-Fi device which is accessible. This way we can connect and we can go with the inside the Raspberry Pi remotely. We don't have any monitor right now, you can see that. So everything is connected remotely. That is through this putty, with the help of putty and a VNC viewer. Now this is all wanted to show in the method.